What's going on, everybody? Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Hope everybody had a good day. Fun little two-gamer tonight. A lot of news, obviously. Not surprised whatsoever. We're going to get a slate like this. We're still waiting on Connecticut starters. I haven't seen anything pop up yet. But that's really all we're waiting on is to see who's going to start for Ty Harris. Last game, I wonder if Ty Harris was sick last game. We did just get. There you go. Veronica Burton is starting. So Burton, Carrington, Bonner, Thomas, Bree Jones. All right. That's easy. See, I love the Sun. They don't make you wait. Like, here's our starters. Bang. Knocked out. Let's roll on. Love that. Wish every team copied that. That's why I love the Aces. The Aces tell you way in advance. Lynx, normal starters. So first game, normal starters, no changes. Except for Burton coming in for Harris. But I was going to mention Burton played quite a bit last game because Harris, I imagine, was sick. So I was expecting Burton to start either way, but very, very high on her. Would expect her to play low to mid 20s minutes. She's easily the best value on the slate, by a lot. So can't wait for her to bust and burn everyone. Sun Guard thoughts. Burton clear best guard on that team, in my opinion, point per dollar wise. I don't mind Dejanay. I do think she might get extended a little bit. She's been playing this 29 to 33 range. I could see her playing 31, 32 minutes because Bannum's been really up and down. She didn't play last game. Tiffany Mitchell's just not been very good. Whereas Veronica Burton's played really well. The past three games, she's played 22, 17, 22, and played really well in two of the three. So I'm expecting her. I think I have her projected for, let's see here. I have Burton projected for 22 minutes. That may even be a little bit low. So I'm not crazy about chasing Rachel Bannum. I don't think she's needed on a slate like this. I'm not really that interested in Tiffany Mitchell. I don't think she's going to get an abundance of extra minutes now that Burton has kind of taken over as their guard off the bench. So, and Tiffany Mitchell is just not a good fantasy point per minute player. If we scroll down here and look at her, 4,500 is pretty steep. You're needing 14, 15 fantasy points to hit value. And yeah, she did last game, 15 minutes, 14.75 fantasy points. But here's 15 with 7, 23 minutes and 2 fantasy points. So she's a 0.52 fantasy point per minute player. So, just really rough to play her. I know the people are trying to jam all the studs in and play value plays. I think that's a mistake build tonight. Courtney Williams, petty. Yeah, Courtney Williams is petty. She's gonna come out. She's gonna want to play well. I like Sewell tonight. BG and Nat popping off screwed you last night. I played Nat. I did not play BG. Had I known BG was going to be 20% or 25%, whatever she was, I probably would have played her because I can't believe she was that low owned. Carrington and Bonner or Courtney and Young. Sewell and Young. I really like Jackie. I think she's going to be pretty popular. But anytime she's sub 10K, I have a lot of interest. And Plum, after her big game, I think people will chase. I don't think she's going to be – I still think Jackie's going to be more popular than her. But that price point, Jackie is far safer at getting the peripheral stats, and she does a little bit of everything, where Plum, while she's gotten the peripherals of late, she can be really score independent at times too, though. So I really like Jackie tonight. And this game, the spread's not moving. it's still 15.5. Yes, it's a big spread, and the Aces are on the first leg of a back-to-back. So if the game were to blow out, I would expect the Aces starters to maybe not see full run, but Washington's a scrappy team. They can keep this game close, I think. And then like the game that's spreading is the Lynx and Sun. The spread's moved like almost a full point over the last like 30 minutes. I don't know what's up with that. But I mean, I still like Minnesota on that side. They're at home and everything, but I think Washington will keep the game close enough where the Aces starters will have to play. Thoughts on Brianna Jones and Aaliyah Edwards? I don't mind Bree Jones at her price. I think she's fine. I personally like Alana Smith more, but I have no issues playing Bree Jones at all. And Edwards would like her if Dolson is out. I'm not expecting Dolson to play. I could be completely wrong, and it wouldn't shock me at all if she plays. But my lineup I have built. It's built as if Dolson's not playing. I have pivots like ready in case she does play. But I would like all of the bigs for Washington if Dolson's out. They would only have 3. We could go back to Emily Ingsler. Aaliyah Edwards would have to play more. I would really like Misha Hines-Allen. Even at 7,700, she'd probably play 28 to 30 minutes and is a pretty good fantasy point per minute player. Alana or MHA, right now it's Alana. I think it would be really close if Dolson's out. I would probably still lean Alana, but like you can't go wrong with either. I really like Alana Smith tonight. Like we look at her minutes were ticking down. Like you got 22, 22, 26. Like this game here where she played 38, that was the game that Carrollton was out, and they started Dorka with her and Fee. Fee played the 3, and Alana played the 4, and Dorka played the 5. After that, they really wanted to get Dorka involved. 22, 22, 26, 21, 25, and 30. I'm expecting her to play like, I think I have her at 28. This is a super close game. Should be super competitive. She didn't have the best game last time out, and they still stuck with her over Dorka. So if her minutes tick back up, she's north of a fantasy point per minute player. So I'm really high on Alana tonight. And at 8K, like anytime you can get her in that lower 8K range, I have some interest. Carrington Ingsler or Sewell Edwards. Man, I just like Ingsler's completely out of play if Dolson plays. That's my only worry. And if you're tied up, like you need to have pivots ready. If you can play Ingsler at utility where you could go to like a Tiffany Hayes, if Dolson's active, I don't mind that. Personally, I just like the Courtney Williams, Aaliyah Edwards side more, just because Aaliyah Edwards is going to play at least 20 minutes. If Dolson's active, like she's going to play 20. If she's inactive, she may play like 24, 25, or even more if they like pull her off this restriction. So I'd side with Courtney Williams, Edwards. Young and Bree Jones or Thomas and Edwards. Young and Bree Jones. I'm not as high on Alyssa Thomas as I have been. Her offensive liabilities, like she doesn't have the offensive upside as a lot of the other players in the WNBA. She relies on stocks and peripheral stats, and they've been down of late. And if they're down, like that really, really puts a damper on like her upside in general. Are you thinking about playing? Yes, I will be in that. I haven't really like tried winning any tickets yet for it, but I will absolutely have a lineup in that. I think it's on like the 12th or the 13th. It's right before the Queen of the Court contest. So yeah, I will absolutely be in that. That's the best contest they've probably ever had. I need to start trying to win some tickets. I still have like a week and a half to win some. So I may start trying to throw some darts in there. I do like Tiffany Hayes. She's one of the better value plays, in my opinion. She's going to play high teens minutes, maybe see low 20s if the game was to blow out or they were to limit Chelsea Gray on the back-to-back. I think she's one of the better value plays. I do. Thoughts on Alana, 25.5 fantasy score, and Courtney, 23.5 fantasy score on pick 6. They use FanDuel scoring. So, yeah, I mean, I like both of those. I like Alana more than Courtney Williams. So if you only need one, I would play Alana. Courtney's is a little closer because her minutes are a little more fragile. But I really like that number on Alana. What do you like? 3,800 and under? Ooh. It's pretty gross down there. Like, you pretty much just have to play Bantam. Like, I don't think anyone else is going to, like, see the floor. Like, Colson's not going to play with Tiffany Hayes back. Gustafson might play, like, 2 minutes. I would expect Bantam to get 8 to 10 minutes. She's the only one down here that's probably going to play. The only way Bell plays is if there's a blowout. Kone's not going to play. Peely's not going to play. Nadir Fall's not going to play. Afufa's not going to play. It's literally Bantam, and everyone else is probably just a zero. So I would play Bantam. She's the only one that I could recommend. Melbourne or Tiffany Mitchell? Melbourne probably. I don't really like either. Melbourne's better, like fantasy point per minute wise. I just don't. Tiffany Mitchell probably sees more run. I guess you could go Mitchell and just hope maybe she gets to like 20 minutes. I'm not crazy about either of them, but like maybe minutes, like volume wise, I may go Tiffany Mitchell. Top guard on the slate is Veronica Burton. Just point per dollar wise, it's Burton. Let's see here. Oh. Atkins or McBride? I think it's pretty close. I think you could really make a case for either of them. Probably a slight lean to McBride just because like the game's projected to be closer and she's a little bit of a discount. Both of them are up and down tournament plays, but I'd probably lean McBride there. Oh, yeah. Fee is absolutely in play. She's probably my favorite point per dollar play. Like up top, like the spin ups. I would probably, like if you're only playing one spin up, there's merit to playing her over Asia, in my opinion. I would expect Fee to play 37 plus minutes with the potential to play the entire game. And I mean, we know she's going to have the offensive usage, and she's been a great rebounder. She's good defender. Stocks are everywhere. I love Fee tonight. I think she looks great. Do you have more exposure to the first or second game? Let's look. On FanDuel, I have more exposure to the first game. And then, let me look at my Draftkings. I think Draftkings is even. Yeah. More exposure to the first game on FanDuel and even 3-3 split on DraftKings. I actually love the pricing on FanDuel today. I went extremely balanced. Brie or Alana, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. I personally lean Alana. I'm really high on her. The minutes are ticking back up. I want to be on that boat before everyone else, and she's a good fantasy point per minute player. I lean Alana. Let's see here. See if we're getting anything crazy. I'm going to do some digging. about Dolson. I know she wasn't at shoot around earlier. Like they kept her in at the hotel. Yeah, they don't have any updates yet. Well, that's not ideal. Sadly, like it's such a split slate. Like this first game will be close to over before the second game even starts. So it's kind of a risk. I mentioned it in the Discord. Like if you're playing for Dolson to be out, and you're playing like a Mahisha Hines Allen or an Edwards or, God forbid, Ingsler. Like if you have Ingsler in your lineup, you need to have pivots like predetermined, because once the first game locks, you're locked out of editing off those players. So you have to be able to edit off of the players that are remaining, and it's tough. Like I'm playing Mahisha Hines Allen. Like right now, I'm probably locked in on it. I don't think I'm making any changes, but it's tough. The way I've been running lately, Dolson will probably play, and it just is what it is. But this is the way to get an edge. Who's your favorite WNBA player? Probably Shakira Austin or Ryan Howard. It's like a straight up tie between those two. Happy 4th of July to you as well. I don't mind Edwards. I just worry about her minutes. Like if Dolson plays, Edwards probably only plays 20-ish minutes. That's just what they've been keeping her at since she returned. But if Dolson is out, I would imagine that ticks back up maybe to like she's played since she returned 20, 20, and 21. If Dolson plays, maybe she ticks up to like 23, 24. If Dolson's out, I think there's a possibility she might play like 26, 27. She's a good fantasy point per minute player. For the most part, she's not played very good lately, but she did play well against the Aces in 20 minutes the last time. So it's tough. I do think she's worth the risk, though. I think those Washington bigs are going to come in lower owned because people are not going to want the headache. I mean, it's the 4th of July. Like everyone's going to be out doing stuff with their family, shooting off fireworks, hanging out. They're not going to want to be keeping up with news. So I think the Washington bigs are going to come in lower owned than they should. Carrington or Williams, a better option. Carrington is definitely safer. Upside play is Courtney Williams, but like I know Dejanay Carrington is going to play 29 or 30 minutes, maybe more. Like if I've mentioned this a couple times, like throughout this season. There's like where players play more in the bigger games. Carrington always shows up against the best teams. Like she plays well. She wants to play defense. She wants to shoot it. There's a possibility she plays like 32, 33 minutes, and Ty Harris is out, so they may lean on her a little bit more. So I would probably say Carrington. Like if you have the salary, I would probably just play Carrington. Just with like Courtney Williams, there's a wide range of outcomes with her. I do like her as a tournament play though, for that reason. Carrington and Courtney Williams over Hayes for sure. SWK or Stokes? SWK. I've been impressed with her. Like she's not the best fantasy point per minute player, but the minutes have been like she's been really productive. I mean, the past 3 games here, even before that, 22, 22, then 33, 33, 28. I mean, Dede Richards has just been awful. Even when she starts, like her minutes have evaporated. It would not shock me if SWK starts tonight. She's going to play high 20s minutes, low 30s minutes, no matter what. And she doesn't even have to shoot the ball well. Like she's getting the peripheral stats. She can get you some stocks. And if she shoots well, like she can put up a 30 bomb. Whereas can Stokes really, do you really feel confident in Stokes putting up a 30 bomb? Because I don't. Let's see. Bonner or Atkins? I think I would just go Bonner. Like, she's another one. Like, this Connecticut team, like, they could just play their starters a little bit more. Like, Bonner's been playing 30-ish minutes, like low 30s minutes. Like, let's look here. Bonner, like, 32, 33, 34, 31. Like, it wouldn't shock me if she plays, like, 35, 36 minutes. This game's competitive. We all, like, she's not been very good of late, but we know the upside that she has shooting. So I would go Bonner. Just Atkins, she needs Brittany Sykes out there. Like, to reach her full potential, she needs help. She can't create on her own. Courtney and MHA or Carrington and Edwards, I would probably lean Courtney and MHA. Just I definitely prefer MHA to Edwards. And like, if you get saddled, like if Dolson plays, I would much rather have Misha Hines Allen over Edwards. So that's the lean I'll have on that. She probably would get a couple extra shots, but really a lot of her, like, she needs to hit her first few shots. If she does, she could have a big game. It would not shock me at all. She's a great player, great defender, but she's a pure confidence shooter. If the first couple shots go in, a lot may go in after. But if the first don't go in, she can get in her own head, and then she gets to be really passive, and that's when she can really put up a stinker. Would you just lock Burton? Depending on how many lines you're making, I mean, I don't want to say I don't see how she fails, because she obviously can. I mean, she's a cheap value play, but I'm expecting her to play low to mid 20s minutes, and she's been good for Connecticut. She was not a good fantasy point per minute player last year for Dallas, but she's played well this year. I don't know if it's the team dynamic, if she just meshes well with those girls in Connecticut, but yeah, she's as close to a lock for me as you can get. Yeah. I know. I get it. But most of the casuals, they're setting a lineup, like they don't care. They're just setting a lineup and then going to shoot fireworks off, trying not to blow their hand off. But it's a deal. I think we're gonna get the Washington bigs lower owned. I really do. And that's why like my first lineup today, I had to reel myself back in. Like, I had way too many of the Washington bigs. It was, I'm glad, like, I went to play golf and the sun zapped my brain and got me right. Seawill or SWK? Seawill for me. I just, like, she's a good fantasy point per minute player. You always worry about, like, her getting randomly benched, but she's just better. Like, if she plays 25, 26 minutes, she should outscore SWK. Burton starting, yep. Good times. Let's see here. Let me check the Discord right quick. Make sure nothing crazy is going on. Fee and Melbourne or Thomas and Van Loo. I really don't want to play Melbourne, but I love Fee. Is it that big of a difference? Like, is that your 2v2 swap? Like, Fee and Melbourne or Thomas and Van Loo? That's a large difference between Melbourne and Van Loo. Like, if you can like, and play Fee and like Tiffany Hayes, I would choose Fee and Tiffany Hayes over Thomas and Van Loo. Let me know, like, if that's a possibility for you. Ingsler is absolutely in play if Dolson's out. My only worry is it's such a late game. Like, there's no way we're going to know before this first game tips. And if Dolson is active, you have to have a pivot ready. Like if you're going to play Emily Inkster, you have to have her as your utility spot and be prepared to leave salary on the table if Dolson's in and just go to like a Tiffany Hayes because Inkster is not playable at that price point if Dolson plays. People already shooting fireworks outside. Like it's 7 o'clock. It's not even dark yet. I hate fireworks. I hate firecrackers. Fee or Wilson in a vacuum. Point per dollar, I like Fee. But, I mean, you cannot go wrong with either of them. Like, they're the two best players in the WNBA right now. If you have the salary to get to Asia, I mean, she played her worst game of the season against Washington. She's probably going to come out and absolutely baptize that team. Like, there's nobody that can come close to Gardner. So, I mean, pick your poison. I think either of them, both are great. Like, both are great plays. Let's look at this, these stats for these 333 contests, see if I can't pop in one of them. I just hate entering these when there's only 2 games because I feel like someone's going to have my lineup every time I play. Think you're going heavy on the Sun, AT, Bree, Burton, and Carrington. That is very heavy. If for some reason they play their starters a ton, I mean, it could look really good. If you're going that heavy on the Sun, you're pretty much just hoping the Aces absolutely dog walk Washington and the starters don't get their full run. I don't mind it. Like game theory wise, that's a good one. Agreed. Wilson new game. I mean, it's Asia Wilson. Like she's crazy. Oh, it's on FanDuel. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, on FanDuel, it's tough on FanDuel. I don't think I would play. I think I would go Alyssa Thomas and Van Loo on FanDuel. Like it's for that, like that big of a disparity on FanDuel. That's a lot. Like fee being 1,000 more than AT. That's a big disparity, and the steals are more valuable there, and AT can get you some of them. If I have to pick like point per dollar, I'm taking fee over Asia, but like just straight up, like if salary doesn't matter, Asia, yeah. Stream the game. I wish I could. Let's see. Let's look here. Oh, wow. The Queen of the Court qualifier. It is not going to fill. Man, why did I look at this? I don't want to burn $98. I'm not entering it. I already have a seat. Oh, Discord. I might. I got to see. I might go out to my dad's for a little bit and hang out. Better question. Asian Hayes or Fee with 6,700 utility. Let's see here. 6,700 is pretty rough because you lose out on SWK. Probably just Asia Hayes, like, and hope that the game stays relatively competitive. I don't mind that. Thoughts on Atkins? I like her for tournaments. If the game is going to stay close, like I mean, Atkins should be the main reason it does. So if you're playing a few aces, I definitely don't mind bringing it back with Atkins. I have a lot of Atkins on underdog. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to enter this one. Oh, glad I didn't enter the Queen of the Court qualifier. It just bumped up. There's like 13 out of 15 now. So let's see here. I'll hang out after lock. I want to see some of this ownership, especially on this first game. Kind of see where it ends up. Let's see here. Coming up on lock. Alana Smith, absolute ceiling game. Please, please. I have like 80% on. No, I think it's like 70. Let me look. On Underdog. I have so much Alana Smith. Oh, well, it won't even show me now. Exposure. 70%. Yeah. Please, Alana. Don't let me down. All right. Let's look at some ownership and then we'll get out of here. Also, if you guys are in the Discord, Dev has been putting up some absolute heat when it comes to logos. Like he put up like 50 and all different WNBA team colors. Like they look amazing. If you need a new Draftkings profile picture. All right. So big contest. Only thing I played tonight. Veronica Burton is 60% owned. So I'm surprised it's not more, but I get it. Fee is 60% as well. Alana Smith, 25%. Those are the three that I played in the big contest. Really happy with that Alana Smith ownership. Bree Jones is 28%, so she come in a little bit higher owned than Alana Smith. Bonner come in at 21%. I like that ownership. Dejanay come in at 14%. I like that ownership. Courtney Williams come in at 17%. This game, the ownership is down from what I was expecting. I want to see what AT come in at. AT, 32%. So, Kayla McBride, 10%. Zandalasini, 16%. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I mean, that first game, if it's projected to have a low total, but I mean, Minnesota is one of the best offenses in the game. Maybe they can push Connecticut to score and it pops that total. And if you game stack that game, then you just hope the Aces absolutely just fleece Washington. I mean, you're making a bunch of lines. I definitely don't mind that. I don't think Carrington will kill you. I would be shocked. Like she's pretty consistent. I mean there's paths for her to fail, but I mean she's going to shoot 10 to 12 times a game on average. No Ty Harris, so would expect her to get some good looks. She's going to grab some peripheral stats. She's a good scorer. And she got snubbed out of the All-Star game, so she's going to have some little chip on her shoulder. You pivoted off Burton to Bantam. If Bantam outscores Burton, you are going to look really good. I couldn't pivot off Burton after she was starting. I couldn't do it. But I think that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to get off here and record the YouTube video for tomorrow morning, get it posted, and then figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. But good luck to everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.